Here's a pretty awesome build that we've just recently completed here at CBI that we wanted to share. This truck has tons of cool options on it and accessories, and it may give some of you out there some ideas of what can be done with a Toyota Tacoma. They're an awesome, versatile truck, and they go anywhere, do anything. This particular truck, as you can see, is outfitted with a Toyota Boss lift kit. So it's coilovers on the front. We did the Toyota Boss leaf pack in the rear, and light racing upper control arms, and we'll show some of those details. Has the Toyo Open Country RT tires. I believe they're about a 33-inch tire. The Fuel trophy wheels, and of course it's outfitted with a ton of CBI off-road armor and accessories. The Moab 2.0 front bumper, CBI Rock Sliders, our Bushmaster 2.0 rear bumper with swing arm and tire carrier, custom CBI aluminum bed rack, and he's going to be mounting a rooftop tent on this, and a front runner roof rack, and of course rigid lighting, worn winch, all the goodies. So let's take a look. If we go to the front of the vehicle, you can see he's got the Moab 2.0 installed on this vehicle. It's an awesome bumper. We put some rigid lights in the openings of the center section on the left and the right corners there that you can see. He's running a Warn M8000 winch with synthetic line. One of the cool things about the Moab is that you can mount your factory fog lights in the bumper. So you can see in this, he's got factory fog lights mounted up in the bumper. We supply the bracket with our bumper to do that. The rigid lights going across the front, the Warn M8000. You can also see here on the front, he's got a custom grill from Homer Taco. You can find him on Tacoma World. Moving around, let's take a look at the suspension. If we go here to the front, you can see he's got Banff lower control arm skid plates. Of course, the lift from Toyota, it's their Boss kit. Comes with adjustable coilovers for the front, and of course he chose to go with the light racing upper control arms, which is a pretty sweet feature. Gives you a little more droop and adjustability from alignment perspective. The tires, as you can see, are the new Toyo RT Open Countries. They're an awesome tire. We installed quite a few of these and had nothing but great things to say about them from the customers. These are a 285/70/17. I believe the actual diameter measures out just over a 33-inch tire, and of course the Fuel trophy wheels in a 17-inch. You do have to, with these tires, you gotta crank your lift up close to that full 3 inches on the front, and you do have to do the body chop, which we've done. Hopefully this is visible here, and you can see you do have to trim the fenders as well for clearance. So keep that in mind when you go with a tire this big. If you go with the next size down, you're probably not going to have those same issues. Looking across the rocker panel here, you can see the CBI Rock Sliders. These are a bolt-on rock slider. They bolt on to the frame. You can see the legs are very evenly spaced and secured well to the frame. So you can use your high lift on these sliders. Of course, they'll protect your rocker panel, and they will support the full weight of the vehicle. If we go up above here, we can take a look at the front runner Slimline roof rack. Front runner makes an awesome product. You can see we've got a rigid SR series light bar. It's a 40-inch, mounted just under the bottom there for a real clean, sleek look. Anyways, an awesome roof rack, very versatile, and functions very well. Panning out to the back here, we can take a look at some more CBI products. On the bed, we've got our custom aluminum bed rack. This is a sweet rack. It's all aluminum. I think it weighed in at about 40 pounds. Of course, the rooftop tent will mount to the top. On the sides, you've got lots of accessory mounts. So these gussets function as a tie down point. On the side here, you've got the ability to mount roto packs, to mount treads. This piece right here bolts in and out. Of course, you got more tie down points, you know, through these gussets. If you look on the inside and look down the rail, it mounts with 4 bolts on each side, and the additional holes can be used for extra tie down points, or you can mount rails across the bottom here of the bed. Looking up above, there's two bars for mounting your rooftop tent with slotted holes for adjustability. We actually did something really cool on this truck. We mounted, and hopefully it's visible, but we mounted some rigid A-series lights under both bars here for bed lighting, which will be a nice feature for this customer. Panning out, you can see the Bushmaster 2.0 rear bumper with tire carrier, and of course he's got the Rotopacks mounted on the swing arm here. Cool thing about the Bushmaster is it gives you protection all the way up to your wheel well. You can see it's very well protected. The styling of the bumper looks great on the truck, plus it gives you a ton of extra clearance and protection. We've got rigid SRM lights mounted in the backup light buckets. The receiver hitch goes to behind the license plate, so it's on a hinge here. It folds up out of the way. Fold that back down for a clean, slick look. You get a new LED license plate light, and then of course your factory 7-pin mounts up. Looking at the swing arm, this is where the high lift jack will bolt on the bottom of the swing arm. Where the jerry cans are, you can mount your jerry cans there, or Rotopacks. I'm sorry, those are Rotopacks. But you do have that ability there. There's a place for a CB antenna tab or a whip or anything else here. And of course the spares mounted on the back. Swing arm's designed to lock in the open position. This pull pin here is what will unlock it. But that'll give you a great view of the Bushmaster 2.0 and the swing arm. One thing that's really cool about the Bushmaster is it's very well designed as far as the mounting. If we go underneath here, you can see the cross support that goes from the frame out to the very end of the bumper here. And it's very well supported, so you can take an impact on the back here, and this bumper is going to hold up. If we go underneath, you can see the frame mounting. You retain the 3 mounts on each side here, plus the bottom mount. So you wrap around the frame on each side, which is also a very nice feature. Looking underneath here, we've done several cool things on this Tacoma. We put a rear diff cover on, and that was welded on. We also did a Shackle Flip Kit, and this is a CBI developed Shackle Flip Kit. You can see it's fully adjustable. Here's some pictures of it from underneath both sides. We also did a U-bolt flip with the timber and bump stops that you can see there on the rear axle. And another cool thing that we did here is we installed a Via-Air onboard air system. And you can see that here underneath. We mounted the tank underneath the bed here in place of where the factory spare was. And we actually set this truck up with an air-to-air system. So if we go to the rear tire here, you can see right here we've got an air chuck. We've got one of these at each wheel, and he can inflate and deflate all at once with the flip of a switch. And so that's set up with this truck. Also, going along the rocker panel, you can see we installed some Wharton rock lights. There's a set here at the back. If we go toward the front, here's another set, and then there's a third set in the wheel well here. You can see it right here. Again, here's the the air chuck setup for that air-to-air system. This has been a really popular option. We've actually set it up so that when you open the door of the truck, they're set with your dome light inside, and these rock lights will come on for perimeter lighting, and they'll shut off, you know, with your dome light as well. So that's been an awesome feature for this truck. We've done it on the CBI Tacoma, and people have really liked it, and it's been very handy. If we open the hood and look underneath, we can see a few cool things that we've done as well. We did a dual battery setup, so this is a custom mount that we made. So there's the first battery, here's the factory battery, both have been replaced. We also did an S-Pod system, which we highly recommend for lots of lighting applications. We also, on this particular truck, this grill, of course, is a custom grill insert, and we had the trim around it color matched to the vehicle. So this section was chrome, we color matched that. Turned out to be a nice truck. We also installed a battery management system on this Tacoma. If we open the door and take a look inside, open the center console here, here's the IBS battery management system setup. Works really well there. It's out of the way but easily accessible. If we close that, you can see on the dash here is the air gauge for the Via air tank. And then if we go above the rear view mirror here, we've inset these rocker switches that go to the S-Pod system. They're all tied into the S-Pod system, of course, and ran up to this position for a very easily accessible mount for lighting, and very factory looking. It's a clean install by the techs here at CBI. You can open the rear door here. Let's unlock it actually real quick. If we open the rear door, here's some of the setup that comes with the Via system. And here is the air-to-air connections for each wheel. So it's a matter of a simple quick connect, plug in to your air valve on this end, and then I'll show you how the system's activated in the bed of the truck. You also get, of course, your separate gauge there if you want to hook in separately and fill up. If we look behind here, we put in a 12-volt outlet that can be seen, and then also some circuit breakers. Take a look too as well. So underneath you can see the working LED rock lights. One here, one up there, just behind the front wheel well. And then of course here, the one in the front provides plenty of perimeter lighting. If you open up this extra compartment here on the rear, you can see the gauge, the regulator, and the setup for the air system. So it's all controlled from right here. If we take a look here at the rear suspension, I haven't talked about that yet. With the Shackle Flip Kit that we just put on, we replaced the Bosch shocks that came with the Toyota lift kit with some Bilsteins, and of course gained a ton of flex and travel here in the rear. But there's the rear setup. You can see the timber and bump stop, U-bolt flip kit, all that set up for the rear here. All in all, this truck is very well equipped and set up in a very usable fashion. The owner of this truck came to us with the ideas and the design of what he wanted to do, and he's done a great job making just a real solid looking truck. Okay, here's a quick walk around showing all the lights and the setup of this awesome Tacoma. Dualies up front, factory fog lights retained in the CBI bumper, 40-inch light bar below the roof rack, a rigid SR series, Worton LED rock lights, Going to the back, the rigid A-series light in the bed area. Rigid SRMs in the rear bumper for backup lighting.